Morning all, change of location. We're now down at RB Bridge under the A5 to look at this. Oh, look at this. I am actually smiling. Yes, it's an AJS Firefox. Now, guess the CC. Look at the size of it. It's massive. This is a 50. Yep, it's a 50cc. You've got disc brakes front and rear. Look at that. Red calipers, decent sized disc to the front. Kickstart on it. It's all LED. Everything on it is LED. Marvellous. Little running light as well, and your daytime light, and your main beam as well. Aluminium kick plates. Decent exhaust cover. What more can you ask for until you get up and look at this display on it? Look at the size of these mirrors are massive, absolutely massive. Now, I'm on the main stand. I can't touch the floor. I'm 32-inch leg and I can literally just tiptoe this. Let's get it off the stand. Look, and on 32-inch leg, this is so high for a 50cc. It is absolutely massive bike. Now, get an eyeful of that mirror. I'm just going to adjust it so you can get a decent view. Look, I've got no shoulder at all. A tiny bit of shoulder in the edge of that mirror. And if you go on to that one, look at that. Look at that. I've got a perfect view behind me. Jesus Christ, we've got some decent sized mirrors. Levers feel great. You've got fuel tank, battery charge, time of day, and the date comes up as well. Miles an hour on the inside, and if you actually look at it, 30 dead bang level just before 12 o'clock. We've got 3k on the bike. Horn, indicators, lights, start button. That is it. Bare basics. You don't need anything else. The obligatory handbag clip and a little bit around the front just to shield your legs from the wet weather. But good God, this bike sits so high, and the battery is just down there in the front panel. Let's have a look over my shoulder. Car coming. Let's wait for him. But let's wind it up full beans. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, around about 10 seconds, same as any twist and go scoot, to get it up to 30 mile an hour. But once you sat on this seat, is so comfy. I'm enjoying this. It's probably one of the first 50cc since the Echo that I'm actually enjoying. Now, you can't get an Echo for love or money, although they are the cheapest 50cc on the market at the moment. This AJS is a little bit pricey, and I think they're around about the £2 mark. But rear brake, what's it like? It ain't that bad, you know. Let's wind it up. We're off. The braking on this is superb. It gets up to 30 mile an hour quick enough. It's your typical 50cc twist and go. So I'm not going to say it's the fastest bike, unless of course you got a Cypher. But these things do over 100 to the gallon. The ride on it is superb. Because you're higher up, you actually get a better feel. It feels like a bigger bike, and it rides like an absolute dream. I mean, yeah, I'm quite impressed with this actually. So AJS obviously come out with a damn good bike. I just love how high it sits. It gives you a bit of road presence. It makes you look like a lot bigger bike. Now obviously no number plate on this one because it's the first test ride for the customer. It's literally just been PDI'd, fuel in it, battery, and I said to him, I want to get out on this. I want to have a ride. Yes. And the customer's purchased this, so he will get to see his bike being ridden, minus the number plate. But climbing a hill, it sits at 30. The wind off on it is great because you get a nice little bit of engine torque. So I haven't even touched the brakes yet. I could probably do a whole run around town without having to obviously pull up and use my brakes, but I could probably run around town all day using that engine braking and not touch the brakes at all. But climbing a hill, what's it like to get up to speed? Yep, it's your typical 50. It's 25, 26 mile an hour. Climbing a hill. It's obviously a 50cc. It's not got the biggest torque in the world. But as long as you're keeping an eye on your mirror and pottering around town, doing your 30 mile an hours, it's good to go. And it's basically got the same pulling power as most of your 50cc twist and go peds. Now obviously if it was a geared one, you'd be struggling up there, because you've really got to wind the 50cc geared up to get it to move. But we're up to 30 already on the flat. It does to 30. Now I'm just over about 12 and a half. I think I'm about 12.6, 12.7 now. I've bashed a bit of weight on, unfortunately. Too many chocolate biscuits and McDonald's at the weekend, and pizzas. Keep an eye on him. But for pottering around town, your school run, and go backwards and forwards to college, work or whatever, 50cc. Now if you happen to have an old driving license, not a newfangled driving license, you have granddad's rights, which means you do not have to take a CBT. You can ride this around on L plates all day. You don't need to take a separate bike CBT course if you've got the old granddad rights on your license. Now obviously if you've got the new license and you've taken your car test in the last, I think it's about 10 years or whatever, you will need to take a CBT. So different ways to do it. But on the old license, you've got your granddad's rights. You can use your granddad's rights to ride around on one of these, and they are absolutely spotless. And I love the little indicator lights down there. Telltale's very easy to see, very easy to cancel the indicators with a press of a button. Everything is all right where your hands need to be and your thumbs need to be. And the only thing is, obviously, on a 60-mile-an-hour road, I'm keeping everybody back at 30 mile an hour. Now this is a 40 coming down here, so they're held back a little bit. I've got a queue, I've got a bus behind me as well. So I am going to save them a little bit of time. I am going to duck through the industrial estate and get out of the way, and have a little bit of fun on the back roads down past a few of my favourite pubs. And as always, RB's guided tour of Bletchley, something slightly different. So Don Stadium, KFC, McDonald's, that is the Milton Keynes football stadium. Down there is the big IKEA. Everybody goes to IKEA. Look how good and bright that Telltale is. Love it. So we're going to scoot through the industrial estate, and there's quite a lot of units down here. The road is as bumpy as hell, which means I get to test the suspension, and with that soft seat, it's darn good. I'm enjoying it. Now, tiny little hill. I'm going to pin the throttle open at 30. Is it going to climb the hill at 30? And obviously you're probably not going to pick up that this is a hill on the camera. It's just going to look like a flat road, but we're still doing 30 up a small incline. It is still doing 30. That used to be all the garages. There used to be a little milk factory down there, and they still got their electric milk floats. And then obviously that is a massive car lot and camper van lot now. Learner doesn't know where he's going. He's obviously waiting for traffic, which means I can take the advantage. And potter down here, which is a 30-mile-an-hour road, which is great. Over there is what is called Beacon Lake, because it used to be run by Beacon Brushes. Go and watch the last video and I'll tell you what, and you see what Beacon Brushes used to be. It's now where Tesco's used to be. But this is still the Beacon Lake, and the pub here used to be called the Beacon. I used to work in there as a chef. Good God. A long time ago, about 20 years ago, I used to chef in there. It's now called Inn on the Lake, and it's a bit of a posh eatery now. But they do let bikers in there, and the local bike MC tend to meet in there, who are called the Wayward Crew. And they're a great bunch of guys. I know them all, and one of their members happens to be our old mechanic Clayton. He used to be our old mechanic at the garage, our bike mechanic, and he obviously has gone to do his own thing now, but he's a member of the Wayward Crew. And they're all Harley owners as well, so they have said to me, "Rev, come and join." I'm like, no, I haven't got time. I really haven't got time, but I do normally see the boys up at Super Sausage, so if you fancy a little bit of a motorcycle meet, they tend to meet in there in the middle of the week. and nice little MC called the Wayward Crew. There's also another big bike MC in Milton Keynes known as the Barrel Bikers, and I've known most of the Barrel Bikers for years. Yet again, another great MC in Milton Keynes, and it's not an MCC, it's a motorcycle club MC, not a motorcycle club and whatever, full patched up and all that, but they do have the patches on the back. And I'm not going to get into MCCs and talking about them. I will leave that to a channel called Dibber in the Wind. If you want to go and find out the difference between MCs and MCCs, go and thank you very much for the last minute indication. So go and watch Dibber in the Wind on YouTube. And Dibber is very clued up on MCs, MCCs, prospects, 1%ers and all the sort of stuff. And obviously me being there, saw him coming round, give him a little bit of room to get round. So we're going to go left here, back round old Bletchley again. But there's some great stuff to take in. If you happen to live in Milton Keynes, come down to Bletchley, because there's some great stuff down there. And of course my favourite little club down there, which is Pink Punters, and we all know about the Rainbow Club, as we call it. Great little venue, and it's advertised all over the radio as well. Come and have a night at Pink Punters. Yeah, it's pretty darn good. But obviously normal people go there, as well as your bi, gay, lesbian, transgenders and all that type of people, which I am not going to comment on either. Now this is the main drag through Bletchley. Papa Louis bathroom, yummy. Nah, if you want Chinese, go there. Aromas, and I'm going in there tonight. Actually, it's Tuesday night, so Tuesday night is Chinese night. That used to be the BP's, now an Esso, and it's now a Greg's. And of course, know that place well. Got married in there a few times, all 4 of them. Yes, 4 marriages, all in that registry office. And I have to do my obligatory hi Peter and hi Phil. 2 of my friends are in there. My stepdad was cremated and buried there, and also my friend's husband, Phil, is in there, laid to rest right next to Peter, believe it or not. And I normally go and see Dad once a week, just put a little flower on the grave, or on his little cremation plot, as I say. But this AJS, oh my god, how good is this? I'll tell you what, everybody is going to take the mick. RB has actually had fun on a 50cc. Yes, I am. I'm loving it. Soft seat, it's bouncy. Suspension is really smooth. I can't feel any of these bumps. It's a really good ride. I'm probably holding everybody up, but I don't give a rat. 30 mile an hour, puddling around town. I'm having such a blast. It's a good little commuter. This thing is great. It does sound like a hairdryer, as most 50cc's do, but no doubt someone will put an aftermarket pipe on it if they bought one of these. Oh, I'm going to put an aftermarket pipe, make it sound like a wasp in a bean tin. Leave it as is. Just leave it alone. What's it like over a bump? Look at that. It's as soft as hell. Suspension is really good. AJS. I like this. If I had the money, if I couldn't ride my big bikes anymore, and I just wanted something just to get out and potter around and get out with my mates, I would buy one of these. Right, let's do the reach score. Rideability, oh god, 10 out of 10 every time. It rides so good. And obviously EVA economy, what's it like? 100 plus to the gallon. Good again. Affordability, now affordability, it is a little bit more than your standard 50, but you're getting what you pay for. You're getting a decent, well-made bike from AJS. So affordability, I'm going to score it an 8, because it is priced quite high. I'd like to see the price of this drop by at least 100 quid. Then it's going to compete with sort of your mid-range 50s. Comfort, can't fault it. 10 out of 10. Soft seat. Look at this bouncy suspension. Love it, love it. So comfort, great. Handling wise though, it's not moving an iota over. Normally you hit a bump or a pothole or a track line in the road and your suspension's all over. This is planted solid. So handling, 10. That display is glorious. Look at that. Look at the telltale on that. Super bright. I know I've got my indicators on. RB always forgets to turn his indicators off. And it's nice to see a car waiting for me. Thank you. So yeah, handling, 10 out of 10. So a full 48. It's not got the full 50, because obviously due to the price. But if you can afford the extra little bit of money, then grab yourself an AJS Firefox. It's good. I like it. Nice display down the bottom. 1041. I've missed coffee break and smoke breaks. I literally off of one bike straight onto the other. Are you going left? Are you going right? Have you forgotten your indicator? You're going straight over. That is why we waited. You won't get parked in there on a Tuesday. What's the saying? Sorry sir, can't park there. Regal Dog Parlour, that's another new one that's opened. So that's where all the dogs in Milton Keynes go, and I'm talking the four-legged variety. Ooh, getting near the knuckle there, RB. Right, we have cranked up 12k. That is good for me. We are coming off here. We are going to the bottom of the road and heading up to the garage. Brakes on it, superb. Love it, absolutely love it. And you can literally just grip it, twist it and go. Not grip it, twist it and rev bomb, because you can't rev bomb a scooter. But AJS Firefox, absolutely superb. Probably one of the best 50s I've ridden since the GT Max. Now obviously that would be a comparison. Put this against the GT Max. Where are we going? Oh look, taxi driver. Little indicator would, oh, it's a Skyline taxi. What do you expect? All the gear, no idea. Yeah, if you want a taxi firm in Milton Keynes that will overcharge you, never turn up on time, or take you to the wrong destination, then have a Skyline taxi, because they're absolutely bleeding useless. We need a decent taxi firm in Milton Keynes. And oh, I can't get a job. What can I do? Go and become a taxi driver, work for them. They take anybody on that's got absolutely no English and no sense of direction, and he'll work off of Google Maps. So yeah, enough said about that taxi firm. But we're back at the garage. I've had a blast. Don't forget, like, comment, share, subscribe. Leave us a little ding notification of the next video to come up. But till the next time, guys, AJS Firefox, be well, ride safe, and from RB, as always, it's a big goodbye from me.